Welcome back, extraordinary viewers. Here we see a hammer that I picked up front and back. It's a ball peen, round face on one side and a flat face on the other. The handle's made out of teak, I guess. You can see it's just a turned handle. They cut it off center. I've sculpted and reshaped the old handle, redid everything. You can see here that the head, as it used to look, is pretty gnarly connected to the handle, and now here's the new head with the handle. Here's another shot of the head. You can see it's really pretty nice. I've taken a wedge out of this piece of shim stock and used that as the wedge in the head of the hammer to split the handle inside of the head and to hold it in place. You can see it right there. Here comes the clock. That's not bad. Anyway, the handle shaved down with a Dremel and a sanding bit pretty nicely. I'll do some more work on this with some 440 to get it really smooth. But that's really satisfactory. That's now got a real good shape to it. It's centered on the head, which it wasn't before. Not bad. That teak came out real nice. A lot better than that old grubby round handle, which didn't have any orientation to the head, so you really didn't know how you were striking things when you're holding the handle. I milled this down and got the ball peen, which is pretty much the same dimension at the tip, and the flat head to both be really, really flat. You can see there's even record groove circles on that side, which is kind of nice. Pakistan. I'm sure this has never looked this good. I got it down in weight as well, which is nice because I'm going to be using it to hit the top of the staking set stakes. You can see how it grips. It's a lot better. Yeah, and so here I am. Sorry about the messy floor. Here I am holding the hammer in a vise, and I've put in the aliphatic resin, and I'm letting it just soak in and dry overnight. To my hand, the neck narrows here, giving it some flexibility and springiness, keeping it from just being a dead weight. So it's got a little whip to it. I left the head mostly intact. I didn't do anything to it other than turn the ends down substantially because if you remember the pictures in the beginning, they were gnarly. That flat head was mushroomed pretty heavily and the ball peen was cut into. So you can see I've got it down to record groove flatness on one side, which will help in being grippy with those stakes when I hit them. But it'll be soft enough against the steel where it won't dent the steel, and it will take up any of the shock that happens when I strike rather than it just being a dead blow of steel to steel. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I like turning brass. I like turning anything, actually. Machining is a lot of fun. It may be what got me into watchmaking in general, because these are little machines. Well, there you go. That's the handle. I'll show you the head next and how I glued that on to the shaft and got it to sit right. It's nice to hold it. The teak all sanded up with that 400 grit just has a real smooth feel to it. Anyway. So here I am, sorry about the messy floor. Here I am holding the hammer in a vise, and I've put in the aliphatic resin, and I'm letting it just soak in and dry overnight. Here that is again. Here I am inserting the head onto the handle after it was made and sanded pretty substantially. And that is a much different experience to hold this than it was to hold the other one. Here I am inserting the head onto the handle after it was made and sanded pretty substantially. And that is a much different experience to hold this than it was to hold the other one. Didn't have to cut any trees down, didn't have to mine anymore. Brass, not that you mine brass, it's made, but yada yada. You know what I mean. Anyway, really nice. I can't wait to use this thing. It actually, I think, will fit in the box. Now here's the weight I was talking about. 3.8 as opposed to 2.6.